So you win in the championship every year from here.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to jinx myself.
You already did. You already said it.
And I don't play to lose, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna give it a 5. You know what I mean?
5 rings by 28.
That's what I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
Basketball fans, welcome back. So the Boston Celtics advanced to the NBA Finals after sweeping the Indiana Pacers. That game ended 105-102, and the Pacers, in the last 3 minutes 33 seconds, they didn't even make a shot, and the Celtics just went ahead and beat them at the clutch. But a few days ago, I made a video talking about the Celtics being up 2-0, and there's a high likelihood that they will sweep the Indiana Pacers. And in that video, I also talked about Tyrese Halliburton's injury situation. And this video is going to be a bit long because I'll also be adding a couple of sound bites from NBA media, the players, just talking about that game. But in game 3, I just knew the streak would be over. I know Rick Carlisle, he mentioned that the Pacers' home crowd would be louder than Boston. I know they were louder, but the Celtics were able to go ahead and get the win.
You reported earlier today that Tyrese Halliburton has been ruled out for this Game 3, but let's look even beyond that. What's his outlook for the rest of the series?
Well, the Pacers are going to err on the side of caution with this left hamstring injury, and for that reason, you may have seen Tyrese Halliburton for the last time in this series. They're not going to put him in a position where if he went out and played, it's going to look like it did with OG Anunoby in Game 7 for the Knicks against Indiana, where he was just so limited in what he could do. Remember, this is a player who missed 10 games during the season with that same left hamstring, came back early to join Pascal Siakam in his debut for the Pacers, and then was out for a stretch of time again. He's part of the U.S. Olympic team this summer. Grant Hill selected him, as one of Team USA's guards. But certainly, they're going to reassess this on Monday, ahead of Game 4. But I think there's real doubt that Tyrese Halliburton would be back in Game 4 and perhaps even again in this series, as much as he would love to rejoin this Indiana team and try to give them a chance down 2-0 against Boston.
I think Indiana played well. I mean, we could say that we didn't play as well tonight, but I felt like you had to be out there to kind of feel it, man. They were just flying around, and then they were shooting the ball well. Some of those guys turned in Michael Jordan or whatever.
Justin.
Jason Drew, questionable coming into tonight, makes the big play at the end there. Just what about his performance and his ability to show up and make plays like that?
I mean, I can't speak highly enough about Drew, right? The ultimate teammate, competitor, obviously a champion. And, wasn't that shoot around today. He was sick, dealing with chills and stuff like that. And, we've all been there, how tough that is to fight through it. And, for him to come out there and lay it all on the line for us and, make the game-winning play essentially, especially on the defensive end. Drew is just a big-time player, and he made a tremendous play.
And we was like, man, what is going on? Like, we couldn't figure it out. But in the fourth quarter, we just stayed close enough. We would just stay right there. We just kept saying they're going to let us back in the game. They're going to let us back in the game. We stayed between 12, 13, 14 points, striking distance. And in the fourth quarter, we made some big-time plays. Jason Tatum made some big-time plays, that pass behind the back to the corner. Al hang it in the move. Like, it was crazy. Like,
you made that defensive stand on that last play, but it was Drew's steal that really kind of sealed the game. Just what were you thinking when you saw it in real time?
Man, I'm glad we got him. Drew's a hell of a competitor. Obviously, he's won a championship. And, he was feeling sick this morning, right? He wasn't even able to come to shoot around. So for him to come out here and put it all on the line for us and come up with a big play to win the game, we got a hell of a team.
We just had a great grit win tonight. Just can't take your foot off the gas. We've been in a position before where you get comfortable and you just value every win. It's hard to win in the playoffs no matter who you're playing, and we just value one game at a time. Whatever it takes, one game at a time. Play like a team, win like a team, lose like a team. And tonight we just stayed with it. And now we're one game away from getting back to the finals, and now We just got to close them out.
You guys were down 18 in the third quarter. Just how were you able to turn things around?
No lead is safe in the NBA no more. It's a lot of time left in the game, and you got to believe, right? We always believe we got a chance to win a game, and it's not going to come back in one shot, one possession. You got to keep fighting.
Describe the impact that Al Horford had with his 7 threes.
He was big time for us. Whatever he does, whether it's just his leadership, his presence, hitting shots, protecting the rim, he's a guy that keeps it all together.
Commanding 3-0 lead now. How do you close this thing out on Monday?
Just knowing closeout games are the hardest. Been in quite a few of them in my career. And last year, right, we was down 0-3 and we forced the game 7. So just never relax. It's not over till it's over.
Congrats on the win.
Appreciate you.
See you Monday. Bye.
All right, Lisa, the Celtics digging deep, a defensive clinic in the second half, and some big shot making in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, for the Pacers, they played such great team basketball without their star point guard, and on the verge of an inspired win, but coming up short. And now Boston 1 win away.
You've talked a lot about how Drew has kind of surprised you in some ways over the course of the year, but then what it did at the end there, that's almost not surprising. That's kind of,
man, that was unbelievable. That was an unbelievable play. A guy like that coming full speed, him having the instincts to do that, he is just, just his instincts. He's just a winner. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. He's a winner, and he stepped up in such a big way for us tonight in that moment. Also, when he got the and one, then knocking down those free throws at the end. He's a winner, man. I'm so fortunate to be playing next to him. I don't take it for granted.
And it was a very good performance from Jason Tatum in Game 3 because he had 36 points, 8 assists, and 10 rebounds. He was only 2 assists shy from triple-double of his own, and he led that team and he led the charge in that game. Al Horford, he came out strong with 23 points. Jaylen Brown, he had 24, and the starters were just running on all cylinders because with the 9 players playing, Jaylen Brown, he had 24, Derek White, he had 13, Drew Holiday 14, and Drew Holiday was actually quite good because he also grabbed 9 rebounds and 3 assists, and Derek White was just that utility guy who with his 13 points, he had 7 assists and 5 rebounds. So he was a very reliable piece on the floor for the Boston Celtics. And another person that I've not been seeing getting a lot of credit, especially with his performance coming from the Indiana Pacers, is Nembhard. I mean, this guy was good. He played 39 minutes. He had 32 points, leading the Indiana Pacers in scoring, especially with Tyrese Haliburton not being in the rotation because of that injury that he sustained. At Game 2, I knew for a fact that there was somebody who was supposed to step up and orchestrate the offense. Pascal Siakam, he had 22. Miles Turner had 22. And Miles Turner, here is 22 points. He had 10 boards, so he finished with a double-double in that game. And Nembhard, he had 32 points and 9 assists. So the man not only was scoring, but he was also assisting. So this game, it was very disappointing for the Indiana Pacers, but it showed you that the value that Tyrese Haliburton brought into this series and brought to this team was very impactful because the Celtics just knew for a fact that they were going to beat the Pacers anyway. The Pacers just came off a grueling 7-game series with the Knicks, and they have yet to recover. And that's the same thing that is also straining the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Dallas Mavericks series, because as per recording this video, the Timberwolves have forced a Game 5. So we're going to go back to Minnesota and see the game, how it is. And the Timberwolves managed to steal a game in Dallas. So I'll make a video talking about that series because it has gotten much more entertaining as we speak. But going back to the Boston Celtics, at this point they were 3-0. I didn't see a situation where the Pacers are going to be able to beat supercharged Boston Celtics team, as in Game 4, they just completed the sweep in there. And in Game 4, it was, I must say, it was just a beautiful performance, and I really liked it. I liked the performance coming from Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown, he won the East Finals MVP, and I must say it was about time Jaylen Brown got an award, because it has been a while since we've seen him, get any credit. I know a lot of people have been flaming him, especially last year's East Finals when they lost. People were clowning him and saying that this man doesn't have the ability to dribble, he can't dribble left, and they are questioning his value. But the Celtics knew his value, and that's the reason as to why they never traded him away. And in fact, the Celtics gave him a 5-year, $304 million extension, one of the richest contracts in NBA history at the $300 million range. And they believed in his abilities. And in the final year of that deal, he's set to be earning $68 million. So the Celtics knew his value and believed in him. And
Jaylen has put in a lot of work to be known as more than a scorer. For him to have big block, big assists as the defining plays after he really his scoring was a big part of carrying you guys. How much do you feel like he's evolved? How much do you feel like he's ready to help lead a team to a championship?
He's unreal. I knew he was unreal when I got here, but I mean the great thing about JB is he's gotten better every single year that he's been in this league, which is a testament to his hard work and dedication. And I mean, he was unreal this whole series, just on both sides of the ball, a complete player that you don't really see much these days. And so both sides of the ball, he was unreal, and I mean, I love being his teammate.
I credit to him, he has a growth mindset, so he's never afraid to work on weakness. He's never afraid to go after something that makes him uncomfortable. And between him and Tony and the player development staff, they put him in any and every situation possible. So when you have a guy that's open-minded towards growth and towards wanting to get better, they practice stuff like that. They practice, they have the arms and they slapping down and driving into two guys because they collapse and having to make that. So any and every situation you see on the court, Jaylen prioritizes kind of going through that. And so it's a credit to just his growth mindset and the staff.
Meantime, back to Boston for a second. Dennis Scott was working that series. Talk to Jaylen Brown.
Here with JB, the MVP. Take us through this journey, how tough it was in the series.
Got to give credit to Indiana. I know everybody think that Indiana wasn't a good team, but, man, they played us better than anybody. They played physical, they played with pace, and they made us work for everything that we got.
It is my honor and it's my privilege, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen, just what's it mean to you to be holding that trophy right now?
All praise to the Most High. We was in this building not too long ago. We was getting boos. Thankful to God to be here. Appreciate everything, man. Let's get some more.
Jaylen, I remember the first playoff game of this postseason, just hearing you guys saying, we're back. We're back. Just what has the wait been like? The off season, this season, the regular season. What's the wait, the work been like to get back here, going to the NBA Finals?
It's been nothing but a grind. We haven't skipped no steps all season. We got a bunch of great guys in this locker room, a bunch of tough guys. Our coaching staff has been great. Front office has been great. And now we want to take it to the next step.
Thank you, Jaylen. Congratulations to you.
Some days I might score. Some days I might rebound. Some days I might assist. And most days I'm going to defend. So just elevates my game. And then my teammates really make it really easy, though. I got the best teammates in the league. So many versatile players. I literally got the best teammates, so they make it easy for me.
When the game was tied, just how did you get this one to close it out?
By any means necessary, right? It's tough out games are the closest. Are the toughest. And they fought us hard to the wire. They a proper team. They didn't want to give up. And we just found a way. We got big stops, big rebounds, guys hit timely shots. So that was a hell of a win.
Jaylen, your scoring obviously was huge in the series, but the main reason you got that trophy there was big block, big assist at the very end. You've been wanting, I think, to be known as more than a scorer for a while. Do you feel like the world sees you as that? And do you feel like you've gone from believe you could be that to truly being that now?
I think I'm one of the best two-way wings, guards, whatever you want to say in this game. I thought this year I've taken a level and I've increased it. I took the matchup. I picked up guys full court. I chased guys off screens. I battled with bigs, and I felt like I should have been all defensive. And that probably hurt me the most because that's one of the things that I set out in the season that I wanted to be. But, as time has gone by and I got to this point, like I stopped caring. And I just embrace. I don't care who sees what. As long as my team knows my value, my city knows my value, my family, that's all I really care about. But I like to set my hat on just being a versatile two-way wing, and can do both at any point in time. And the last kind of 4 minutes of this game, you saw that.
Don't take for granted the people that we have in this room. And it's a credit to you guys. You guys played your fucking asses off for the entire series. And we're nothing without you guys as players. I just want to make sure we appreciate that. Anybody got in there? Hey, we've been here before. Let's enjoy it, but let's not relax. Right? We've tasted it before 2 years ago. Let's enjoy the shit out of it for a couple of days, and then let's really go after it. All right? Together. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it felt great. And maybe even a part of it, I think it's even better because he didn't expect it. That really means that didn't matter to him. It was about winning, and whatever it took, however long it took, that's what was important. So I think when you have that mentality and that mindset and you see great people get rewarded for the things that they do, it just brings joy. So I'm super excited for him. He's been a first team all NBA for the whole season, and wish he would have got that, but to see him get this award is big time.
Touching on Jalen again, after game 2 we talked about not making the All-NBA and being underappreciated, but just for him to win this award and just to kind of get some flowers for what he's done, his improvement, his step forward, and the man he's become off the floor as well as on the floor. How does that impact you? When you deal with him and get to know him, and over the last 2 years, how has that relationship formed?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the best gifts, things I have is why I got into coaching is building relationships with guys. And, when I left college to go to the NBA, most people were like hesitant about that because, NBA guys get a negative rap as to being able to build relationships with them. But I felt like there's a lot there. And just getting to know people and their families and what makes them tick and the things that they love off the court, and also like finding guys that are so passionate about just getting better as players and people, and Jalen is one of those. And so, from the first day I've been here, he's become more just like open-minded towards just growing as a basketball player. See what he's done in the community, and I just really, really value the time that I get to spend with him on and off the court. And he just keeps getting better and better. I'm happy for him.
JB, where's this trophy going?
This is a nice trophy case, probably at my mom's house or something. But we're gonna put it somewhere nice.
What's this one mean?
It means a lot, but we got to get the next one.
Obviously, going back to the finals, special accomplishment for you guys. Is there a difference? Is it kind of like the same type of emotions? What's that like for you?
It's special, right? Even though we've been there before, most of us have. You don't take it for granted, right? We were excited. It was a hell of a team we just played. They made us earn every single game, and we're extremely grateful to move on to the finals.
I want to talk about your vocal leadership this year. Obviously, that was something people talked about going in this year, who would kind of be the vocal leader on this team. It looked like you kind of embraced that throughout, kind of motivating teammates, speaking your mind. How did you feel like you took another step there this year and showed comfort in that area? Yeah,
we had some guys leave. So I wanted to make sure that that void was filled. Marcus Smart, one of my brothers that got traded, he was one of the voices of our team. And when he wasn't here, I wanted to make sure I stepped in and make sure that everybody felt me and everybody knew what the standard was. And we didn't skip no steps all season. I think we played the right way every single game. I've held everybody accountable, and this is the byproduct.
Jaylen Brown is a solid player. And breaking up that duo, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, will be fatal for the Celtics. And in that offseason, they were active. They got in Jrue Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis. And Jrue Holiday, especially at the guard position, just is a defensive guard who has the ability to play, make, and facilitate. So that really helped. And building the team through Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown just showed me that the Celtics are just going to be one of the next dynasties, and they're going to win a championship in the next few years. The last time they knocked their door in the NBA Finals was in 2022, and it was very exciting to see them do that. Last year, things did not go in their favor as they went down 0-3 in the first 3 games of the East Finals, but they went ahead and forced a Game 7 despite being 0-3, and they were able to take cues and learn from that, because the last time they were in a Game 7 in the East Finals, we saw what they did, especially in the 2022 NBA Finals, in the 2022 East Finals, and also in the 2018 East Finals. And it is something that the trust the process thing is real for the Boston Celtics. I know a lot of people say trust the process is a Philadelphia thing, but the Celtics are the real definition of trust the process. Drafting, rebuilding through the draft, and just managing talent the right way. That's one thing that has made them successful today. And looking at their performance, even in the closeout game, Jason Tatum, he dropped 26 points and he had 13 boards. So he had a monster double-double. And he was only 2 assists shy from a triple-double. So that was actually quite insane. Jaylen Brown, 29 points. And Jaylen Brown, he has had stretches where he's been very, very good. Especially in this series, I've really liked him. I really liked the way he has been playing. And especially in that game too, where that game that the Celtics won 126-110, he racked up 40 points. And looking at his scoring and his productivity, I must say, earned that. I know a lot of people in NBA media and a lot of fans were disputing that. I've seen Clutch Points. I've seen them made a post talking about did Jaylen Brown deserve that award? But I feel like he was supposed to get it, because the last time Jason Tatum got that award. So, and a lot of people do not see Jaylen Brown as a good player, but he is a solid player. One of the most efficient pieces on that Boston Celtics team. I know he has his flaws, but his flaws not outweigh the good thing and the value that the Celtics he brings to the Celtics. So overall it was a very good performance. I really liked it. I know this video has been long because I've been interjecting a few things coming from the players, the coaches, the NBA media, but you have to believe in this Boston Celtics team. They've knocked on that door of the NBA Finals, and I must say, if the Dallas Mavericks make it out of the West, it will be a very hostile crowd, especially for Kyrie. I know a lot of people are looking towards that. And right now, the Dallas Mavericks and the Timberwolves series, there will be a Game 5. And the Mavs are up 3-1 on these Timberwolves. So Kyrie going back to Boston, it's just going to be a very, very hostile crowd. I remember the last time we saw Kyrie match up with the Boston Celtics when he was still back in Brooklyn. The Boston Celtics swept him. That time he was in the Brooklyn Nets with KD, and things were not looking good at all. And he was flipped off a bit. And in this grand stage of the NBA Finals, where the winner of the West is going to match up with the Boston Celtics, it's just going to be a very, very good performance, and I can't wait for that. And I'll also make a video talking about the Mavs versus Wolves, because that one has just been another roller coaster and interesting series. So the Pacers and the Timberwolves are facing the same situation, the same problem. The only difference is the Mavs were able to go up 3-0, but the Wolves were able to go ahead and force a Game 5. The legs of these players after a grueling 7-game series are not fresh going into the next round. So I'll also talk about that in the next video, but please be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified, because I'll be dropping a couple of bangers in here. I know I've been posting a lot of BAL content, but the NBA content still remains goated. And in these brightest lights where everyone is watching and every game counts, I'll be sure to drop videos for you guys to be able to enjoy. So if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe. And To support the channel, if you're listening here in Kenya, there's an MPESA number there. You can send me something through MPESA. And for my international audience, please be sure to press the PayPal link down below at the description box. Press that one and donate and support the network, because your donation is what keeps me alive, keeps me going, and it keeps me motivated to make more videos for you. So with that one out of the way, I'm out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Yeah, sucks. I thought, we played well for good periods of time. Yeah, definitely a tough one. Especially, we had a lot of energy. The guys came out, defending well, running well, and we just didn't have in that fourth quarter. We didn't have enough.
Andrew, can you take us through just the last possession against Drew and what you saw there, and was it just a great player making a great player, or what was your view of it?
I was trying to get a shot up. He got in front of me. I lost the ball, slip, turnover. Yeah.
I guess just for either of you, obviously it was clear it is trying to get force in that first half, try to get to the paint. Just kind of how do you see it go in the second half when they're able to come back?
I thought we did a good job in the first half. Second half, not as much. They made runs and weren't able to just kind of like come back and have that same intensity. We had a couple of turnovers. Against a team like that, no lead is safe. So we gotta play well till the end.
For either of you, Rick was just up here and said a couple of things, but among them was he said the Pacers are going after them, meaning the Celtics in Game 4. Was that the message or the talk amongst you guys in the locker room immediately after this?
Wait, what happened?
Rick said that you guys are going to go after them in Game 4, meaning the Celtics.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's a must win for us. We got to give everything that we have. Obviously, to this point, we've had an incredible season, and like nobody wants to see it end. So we're gonna fight to the end, and I think the guys, for us, is just let's get one game. We can't look ahead. Whatever is in front of us, don't matter. We got to focus on the next game, and give everything that we have to win that game.
Pascal, you guys were crushing them in the paint. What did you see from when they went small that you liked, that you could take advantage of?
I think just getting to the paint. That's something that we can do well. We just got to continue to do that, hammer that, and just keep doing that.
Drew, you've obviously been in a position a few times before of having to play the point and run the show when Ty's been out. Just, how have you seen yourself grow in all these, and what did you feel about, what went well tonight? Obviously, you had 32, hit some big shots, obviously, before that last minute. What did you like about what you were able to do running the offense and getting downhill?
I think I just wanted to get the pace going. I think we play best when everybody's touching it, and we're all moving, and we're playing kind of our Pacers hoops. And I just wanted to not necessarily force the issue, but just let it come to me a little bit.
You guys are up 8-ish, I think, with 2.5 minutes to go. What to you in those final couple minutes was the difference that got them over the hump?
I thought they got stopped. And at the end, they scored timely baskets. Big shots from them. I thought we played well. Obviously, you can argue, calls here, call there, but at the end of the day, we just didn't get the job done at the end.
Drew, you and TJ obviously had big games in the backcourt tonight. How much confidence has he instilled in you, and what have you learned from him just about how to grow as a point guard?
Learned a lot from TJ. Just ever since I got here, he's been super supportive, always pushing confidence into me. I've learned little things of how he gets to his spots and how he plays with pace and how he just doesn't let the people force him into anything he doesn't want to get into. So I've learned a lot from just observing and seeing how he gets things done, how he goes about himself every day.
Pascal, that was kind of a breakout performance for Drew. I know not the ending you guys wanted to have, but what have you seen out of him in the time you've been with him, and what do you see in his future?
Yeah, no, I'm proud of his growth. I think just it's a tough game when, our our starting point guard is not in the game, and you learn that before the game, and it takes a lot of just maturity and growth to be able to step in there and play the way that he did tonight. It was incredible, like controlling the pace of the game, getting people to their spots. And, I think that's something that he's always been able to do. And I think that, every time that he has that opportunity, he showed it. And tonight was another night, where he just showed that, like he belongs and he's a big part of our team. And proud of him. And obviously we didn't win the game, but I thought, he controlled the game so well tonight. And it was a big reason for, us being in the game.
Pascal, you've been playing with TJ for a couple months now. What is it like to play with a guy who's as desperate as him every night to just do anything to affect the game in a positive way?
Yeah, it's awesome. I think we need everything that we can get from TJ. It's just his space. I say that every day, just with how much passion he plays the game and how hard he plays the game. And, he's one of those guys that you want to have on your team. And when he plays against you, he's annoying. So I think it's the way he plays the game and the pace that he brings to our team, is something that we really need. I think I've watched him, before, and just being on his team now, it's awesome what he does.
After the first two games, Miles had kind of talked about how he thought he could do better in those situations where he's going to get a chance to post up against a smaller player. Just what do you see from him tonight to maybe help settle you guys and get you guys going to start?
I think he did a good job in transition, just where we was on him, just getting right to the front of the rim and creating that advantage. I think him putting that pressure on the defense allows everybody to kind of flatten up the floor, and it gives more space for everybody on the perimeter, and he did a good job of establishing that earlier.